Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear all students. I hope that you all are fine. Alhamdulillah. This is the time for the subject of English for the students of class 4. And class 4, today we are going to learn a kind of tense. But before I start learning, let's recite dua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni ilma. Ameen summa ameen. Learned that there are different kinds of tenses, past, present and future. So today we are going to learn a type of tense that is simple present tense. What is simple present tense? Have a look on its definition. Simple present tense tells the routine or action we do in present time. Present time क्या होता है? Present time जो अभी है, right? That is not past. So हम प्रेजेंट टाइम में जो भी करते हैं, जो भी एक्शन परफॉर्म करते हैं, वो हम किसके जरिए बताते हैं, कौन सा टेंस हम यूज करते हैं उसको बताने के लिए वी यूज सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस. इज इट क्लियर? ओके. नाउ हम इसके अंदर करना क्या होता है, हमारे पास हमें कौन से फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब यूज करनी होती है, राइट? वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट इट. हमें सेंटेंस को लिखना किस तरह से, वी हैव टू लर्न इट. सो let's have a look on this formula type of thing, which is structure of the sentence. Like हम simple present tense का जो sentence बनाते हैं वो किस तरह बनाते हैं? We do like subject plus first form of verb, then object, then full stop. Yes, this is how we write simple sentence of simple present tense. Is it clear? Okay. As we have learned different form of verb, I told you. So उसके अंदर हमारे पास 4 types of form of verb थी, 4 form of verb थी, जिसमें first, second, third and present participle form थी. So in this tense we use first form of verb, that is also called basic form of verb. So how we will write the sentence? For example, here are 2 examples I have written on the board. First one is I go to school, full stop. As I told you that we use first form of verb in simple present tense, so I write only go here, not any other form of verb I used here. So this thing shows me, this part of the sentence shows me that it is a simple present tense. Is it clear? Now, next example is she goes to school. Now, why I wrote here yes next to the basic spelling of verb? Because it is the rule that when we will talk about third person singular, so we will write es after first form of verb. Again I am repeating that when we will talk about third person singular, so we will use or we will put es after the spelling or basic spelling of form of verb. As I talk here that I go to school, so it is not third person, so I only write go. But when I will use the form of verb for any third person singular, I will write es after it. Remember this rule. It is mandatory that if you will not write es after form of verb f or es, it depends on the spelling of verb, so the whole sentence will be wrong. Is it clear? As I told you that how to write simple present tense and how to use simple present tense in a simple sentence, now I am telling you further that how to use simple present tense in negative and interrogative sentences. But first of all, I would like to tell you the most important thing, that are helping verb. Helping verb of simple present tense are do or does. Why we use helping verb? We use helping verb to identify that which tense we are using in the sentence. Why we have 2 helping verb in simple present tense? I'm telling you the reason. As I told you that how to use form of verb when we are talking about first person, second person or third person singular. So similarly, there are 2 helping verb we have in simple present tense, 2 use with different subject or with different persons. For example, we use do. When we use do, We use do when we are talking about ourselves, meaning I. With I, we write do. With we, with they, or so on. Now, which helping verb we will use when we are talking about any third person? For example, here is does. As I told you that with the form of when we use she in the sentence, so we will write es after the form of verb when we are going to write a sentence using third person. So similarly, when we are making any negative sentence or interrogative sentence, we write does when we will talk about any third person. I am writing here the subject with which we use does. He, she, it, or any third person singular name. What does it mean, any third person singular name? It means when we are using any name, only we are talking about a third person, we are not saying he or she or it, so we are using the name of the person, so then we also use does. This is simple thing that with third person, if you are talking about third person, so you will use the does. I'm also making sentences for you, so this concept will be clear more to you. Now learn that how we'll make negative sentences in simple present tense. So let's have a look on its structure first. आपको सेंटेंस बनाने से पहले उसको किस तरह से बेसिक जो थिंग है जो मैं आपको बताने लगी हूँ, इट्स अ बेसिक थिंग दैट विल हेल्प यू टू मेक द रेस्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंसेस. Subject plus do or does plus not plus first form of verb plus object, then full stop. Now, I have to write a sentence. So, I am writing a sentence over here. That is the example for you. So, you will have idea that how to make negative sentences in simple present tense. I am writing which sentence I used in the beginning of the lecture. I go to school. Now, I am converting that sentence into negative sentence. So, I, the subject, then which helping verb I will use? Do or does? Very good. I will write do. So I do. Then not. My form of verb was go. So I do not go to school. The basic thing in the negative sentences is this one. You have to write not, because negative sentences are denying sentences. So you always have to write not in the sentence. I hope that it is clear to you. Very good. Now, let's have a look on next type of sentence. Interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are cautionary sentences. These are the sentences in which we are asked question to someone. So, what is the sentence structure? Have a look. In interrogative sentence, first always we will write the helping verb, which can be do or does. Then subject, then first form of verb plus object, and in the last we will write question mark, because interrogative sentences are cautionary sentences. Now, I am going to apply this formula in a sentence. The last one, I do not go to school. Now I am converting that sentence into interrogative. So first I will write the helping verb, that is do. Do, then the subject, I, then form of verb, go. The rest of the sentence, which is object, do I go to school? And in the last, there is a question mark. So this is the example of interrogative sentence in simple present tense. So I hope that you know that how to use simple present tense. Very good. Now, given in your task file, here some sentences are given to you. You have to change them into negative or interrogative. Here is the example for you. So you have to look over here, and here a little box given to you where there is a hint or there is the explanation that with which type of subject you have to use do or does. So read this all very carefully so you will have more idea about the lecture that I have delivered to you. So now I am ending. Start your task now. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.